So you've been diagnosed with cancer. You've heard the word cancer, and have all this flood of information coming at you. People have all kinds of opinions. Doctors want you to do this, and so what do? How do you approach treatment at this point?
And I ask that they pray for me now and continuously, not just once. It wasn't enough. I knew it was going to be a road, and this bend in the road was going to be a long one. So I just asked continually. Whenever I saw somebody, I wasn't afraid to say, please pray for me. Let's pray now. That was most important, because I knew I'd go nowhere without God.
I remember getting texts or emails or people saying, I prayed for you today. My mother's praying for you. And just that sense of comfort you have, knowing you have this army of people behind you. Think of what that brings to the patient.
This is what's going to happen to me. I don't know what's going to happen. La, 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 la. And she didn't even get a chance to get a word in before I had to just get it all out. Because I was moving 9,000 miles an hour, and I was ready to do anything it took to stop this. And then a word of reason came. That's why I know you have to slow down, because if I would have kept going at that pace and went out the door and did something crazy, who would have known? Who would have known what I would have done? But she put a damper and a stop to that immediately and said, okay, stop, get off the internet, let's talk.
Second opinions are really, really important. Tammy, you said something. You said that you would just beg somebody to get a second opinion.
I would beg them, because I was in that mode. I was in that running race. I never got a second opinion. My father never got a second opinion. You know, when I look back over the people who did and the people who didn't, it's just critical. And the only reason that we didn't was that sense of urgency, that we've got to get you in 2 days.
But we're in possession of a great machine that protects this genetic expression, what we call a phenotype. So we live our lives, we go along, we're not exactly diligent about feeding the machine well, treating it well with sleep or hydrating it. Perhaps we smoke, perhaps we drank too much, perhaps, we lived at 3 Mile Island, we partied at Chernobyl, someplace. And that restrictor of that genetic expression gets pulled off. And then you have the phenotypic expression of that gene, that aberrant gene type. And that's essentially what cancer is.
So if I can live another year, or I can live another year, or another year, then maybe something's going to come along that's going to help me.
Now, things that come along that have changed how I did this way back from the 80s. Right. It's sort of a very simplistic thing I tell my patients: the longer you're alive, the longer you'll be alive. And it sounds a little corny, but it's very simplistic and very true. Medicine evolves every week.
So you fight to live to live.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
That's the hope.
The hope is that.
Yeah, I like that. I can hang my hat on that.
I love the word hope. I love the word. I love the word hope.
I do too. I love hope. And I remember thinking to myself, why in the world would anybody want to do this? Why would you? Why not? I mean, you're a smart guy. You could be a surgeon. You could take care of mothers having babies and be in the happy ward. But here you are in oncology. Why? What made Dr. Dave Dr. Dave?
Cancer patients are totally courageous. Totally courageous. And I get to ride along in their boat for a little while. You all watch CNN at night and see all the bad stuff that the world and the human constitution has. I get to see pure courage and the best of the human constitution 36 times a day, 12,000 times a year. It's the most rewarding job ever. And that's how I feel.